y'all, and welcome to Queen Seven. If you're new here, my name is Leanne, and I'm Jazmin, and this is for groups. So, I guess we'll just get into the week. How was your week, big dog?
Well, honestly, my week has been it's been good, but I feel like my days are running together, so I don't even know today from tomorrow or what happened yesterday. How about you?
What is today? I feel like my car situation happened Monday.
Mhm.
I
I
think,
think so.
I think it was Monday because I had to drop Liv off at school, and then I went to the I really love this school. Went to the gas station. They can get a turn the car off, put it in the car. It was fun. I pulled it all, which wasn't good. It was not good. It's hard.
Yeah,
And
stars.
the only way, so I'm a mechanic came in the back and he got when I knew I was to work. Yeah. He took the whole middle console part of the car before he could put the thing, put the thing in park. Yeah. I was like, she just had to take it up there. And then which was one the neutral. Oh, you can't. It's the safety you say you can't take a key. Nope. Yeah. So yeah, it was a whole thing. I'm just not okay with it. I don't know because I never see there. The same day.
Well,
It came
speaking
out.
of, I heard you had a confession part of this.
I did.
Okay, so we know looking back.
Now you may remember this scenario from about 6 years ago. Maybe possibly more than 6 years. I don't know, whatever. Anyway,
Mm-hmm.
what's this guy? Name was this week. And I he was being weird afterwards or whatever, and I'm just like why are you weird? Whatever. So I just so happened to look on his social media because with social media. And he was Tinder, which I already knew. One of those is like very, very, very familiar. So I thought, and I thought, and she's like, oh, this little girl's hair. I mean, I'm her hair snip. Hair. So, you know,
Had to immediately.
immediately, last time I was in that situation, ooh, when kids look familiar, I stay away at this point. I don't want no smoke, no problems. No, you gotta think.
Necessarily have a confession for this week, but I do have a fucking set because at this point, well, when I go to do it, not necessarily, and potty training with boys, that's the worst. And I don't know, I really ready. I think he's playing with me. I really do. I think he's playing with me, thinking of how far you could take.
Yeah. You know, it's rich.
Mhm.
Yes, you have a fuck these kids segment because they don't bring it. You talking to yeah, so this one not really big. My daughter is out with the boys in whole school. Me already ready. I told her she was going to another school next year, and they were like, will there be boys there? And I was like, oh yeah, because the school that she goes to is the only, you know, our girls' school. So I don't know. I was like, more than likely there will be boys there, but you don't have to go with you're too much. You don't have to do them or anything. They told you, yeah, I involved with it. She's like, my books aren't basically different. If you go to school with boys, I'm gonna be done.
Thank you.
Yeah. So that's not what I want to do. So we're in our room, you know, it's nighttime, getting ready for bed. He said, Mommy, why don't you have a genie? What you saying? You know, Gigi has somebody that loves her, with beard, clothes, and I'm like, honestly, she says, why don't she have a husband? Why don't you then? She literally looked her dead in her eyes, and I was like, you know, what, live, I might be the problem. Yeah. And that would be me. Look at the problem is, movie that leads us into, listen, how we became Baby-mommas before we became. So, yeah, we got okay, yes. The questions to get into it is the title of the fucking episode today. So, do you want to go first? You want to go first?
I mean, it doesn't matter. You want me to pick another or getting into it? Question is, did you ever imagine yourself becoming a mom outside of marriage or a long-term relationship?
Um, no. 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 Dance and the dance and we poured them. Yeah, 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 yeah. But it's often sometimes we just stupid. To me, sometimes ignoring a red flag doesn't. Mm. It really definitely. So we weren't even in a long-term relationship. Maybe a year and a half. 3, 5. Yeah, because I just started doing bro's hair, like, and then bow. I'm here with this. So, like, yeah, you answer. Honestly, I so well, that do still the marriage. Not going to be there. And I just, I know that I desire to be married to my father's child. I want to have the same last name as them, all of the things, but honestly, you can't always get what you want, I guess. And we got pregnant a year, well, no, 2 years together. We were living together, and then we got pregnant. And then after Jarrell came, life kind of just exploded. And that really should be studied. Like, why relationships tend to fail. Yeah, after the baby, your child, for sure. Probably had a lot to do with postpartum. Postpartum, yeah, everything else. Yeah. Yes. How did you find out you were pregnant, and what was your like initial reaction?
Crazy. Well, I found out I was pregnant. I was a couple weeks late. Just came back from a trip, and I was very, my hormones are all over the place. I was not liking myself. So it was taking the test.
Pregnant feels supported, but, you know, absolutely not. And the six were how your friends or family respond to the situation. So I didn't feel like supported from him, but I felt an overflow of like just fucking being happy for me. It was crazy is when I told everybody they were so happy. You were happy, my mom was happy, my brother was happy. The fucking room, everybody was calling me. They made a response that I was looking for. She was like, "What do you mean? Leave. You're not married." And so I looked at everybody else was like, "I'm happy to hear that." I don't know. Yeah, my family. She said that. Farmer brother. He said that. Yeah, she was like, "I know she can't." That's what we do in the house and relationship. I will say, like, we're working. It was like,
Preparing.
yeah, like, it's not like I got, it's not like I got pregnant living, I have a job, I'm living, I don't know, still responsibility, but like, it is what it is. She knew how we 5 years on, so we getting it.
Yeah, for sure. Y'all good. For sure. What? What's the questions?
Oh,
My
yeah.
family and friends also responded well because I was 28, maybe 29 when I got pregnant. So I waited for time out. That response was waiting her time out because I definitely wanted that ring, wanted the husband, the whole nine, you know what I'm saying? But understanding this because we lived together already and you know what people do when we're living together. And here's the thing. So what can we do now? You know, I gotta do what I gotta do. They weren't that like necessarily receptive of the way I wanted to have him. That was a struggle, but we did it and it was awesome. Had the home birth in the water.
I've always admired that about you. Like, oh, like when you first told me, I was like, "Oh, it's different," but it was never like, no, don't do it. It was like, oh shit, was that right? Because I couldn't live. Like, seeing that video, I was like, oh, mm, it's me.
Did I feel supported by baby dad? Yes, I did. Emotionally, maybe not so much, but financially, he's always been there. He's definitely taking care of his child and me for sure. And we got some work to do. So like I said, so yeah.
I will say that. I will say, like, when she was first born, I don't want to just quit her. Like, he was a terrible. Like, when she was first born, he was very, very, very financially supportive of us.
He was
Like,
there.
yeah, he was there for the first 2 weeks. Okay,
He was there.
every day, yeah, at the hospital too. And say he was paying rent and had a boyfriend. He was paying my rent and he had a boyfriend living with me. So I always like respect that, like when he did the and everything else. Yeah, that's with you.
And it's how you define co-parenting and what does that look like for you?
Um, this is gonna be weird because I don't really have a co-parenting situation. I'm full time. I feel like it's having like days that you guys, pick out or whatever, but also having an understanding of what happens. When sometimes somebody wants to do something with the kid that's not really on their day. So it's like also like understanding that there's those days, but also having the understanding. Hey, I might need you to pick the kid up earlier. I might, have to pick them up a day earlier. Whatever. I just heard of a situation where the dad has the kid Tuesday night through no. The dad picks the kid up Friday night and drops the kid off Tuesday night. That's more than half the week, yeah. Yeah. The mom said they have a couple more than one child together, young children. The mom said that she's going to go. She's going to be gone for the whole month of December. So the dad needs to. And I feel like that's not cool. Like, bitch, if you're going somewhere for the whole month of December, you should figure out what the kids are going to do on your day. And just vice versa. If he's doing something, he's going to be going out of town on his days. He needs to figure out what his kids are going to be doing on his days. It shouldn't just fall everything onto that one person. Nobody in a co-parenting situation should feel like everything falls on them. And I feel like that is a very healthy co-parenting situation. Like, if I'm starting to talk to someone and his baby mama feels like she can't just call him, no matter what, if he doesn't know about. If she feels like she can't just call him, then I'm cool. I don't even want to talk to you because why does she feel like she can't just quickly what you going, Like this is not that. You called your maid at 4 o'clock in the morning because Liz went to sleep and left the 10 minute voicemail on paying free man crying. The girlfriend hit me up a week later and was like, how can you just keep calling? When I'm not doing it. Time for that. I was like, oh no, you should listen to the listener because it's for you too. I think it's definitely. Like, it shouldn't be. I've been listening to this shit since. So, yeah, so
I mean, pretty much the same. Like, I have a co-parenting situation. I mean, yeah,
yeah.
we do what we have to do to make sure that he's happy, and that's just what it is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like live together too. So I feel like it might be like a little different than like dropping it off, picking up because that's the in-house communication. Yeah, that out for theirs, because then everybody else is in it too. What happens when one parent wants more movement than the other before?
Well, like I said, I have a co-parenting situation. We do live together. I do have that role. 85% of the time. Is that they were saying? Yeah. I feel like
The actual best friend is for me is the 90 the women.
yeah.
85%.
Mhm. Well, whatever. We don't know. So if you want to have more involvement, please, yes, take your child. You know what I mean? I'm about to go get my husband.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Please take your child. I will absolutely really appreciate that. And yeah, but it's I had to do this on my own. Pretty much doing this on my own. But if you do this, just do. Okay. How about you?
Um, well, I guess I can kind of like speak from firsthand with a non-involvement. Um, I don't know. Like it's fine. I'm gonna make sure that there are like, male figures in her life. They may not be like the dad, but there's she has a granddad that shows her how a husband is supposed to be and how he is supposed to love his wife. Because my stepdad loved the fuck out of her. Okay, and she got like 25 different personalities, and he loves all of them. Yeah, I'm saying he loves them. Like he can now just walk away and come in. He now you get my shit down and I walk down everything. Well, why do you? Very much. Maybe to be with someone. Anyway, and my brother has 6 kids. So I will say one thing about my brother, like he goes through his ups and downs with his baby mom, it's like, but I will say he's gonna get them kids and take care of the kids. He's going to be his dad. So, like he is for sure a dad. 6 kids, and the boy started at 19, 18. I think he was 17. Yeah, he was 17, and he's 27. He's 10 years in of the day, like with kids. Yeah, and exactly. And then this, she doesn't ask about him, but don't talk about him. But then it's the thing, don't talk negatively about him. Like, even if she does talk about him or ask about him, there's nothing negative that people say to her about him.
Yeah.
When you talking to me, put that negative. But Mr. I didn't tell her that man was on like a business trip. I didn't tell her all kinds of things because what you're not going to be is my daughter's first refuse. You're not even good. Yeah, you're not good at it with a lot of things. Like even after he didn't come over as much because he like we said he was there every day for a little bit, but once he had, I think he had ended up getting into a relationship with the current girlfriend. He didn't come over as much, which is fine. Like go, go, do what you do. He was definitely still paying the yeah. Yeah. So I started like not doing what he wanted to do. Mhm. Well, yeah. See, now
This one here, God, mama, like when I needed something or whatever the case may be, like I definitely calling my people. My sister, Kiana, she was definitely the one to hear all the wrath, and she was there to do all the things, and I had to manage and trust people because apparently I was mean, and maybe I was. It was honestly so, like, I don't know, I've been around children, like I said, I've been auntie for quite some time, so I know how to take care of children, but I honestly didn't know what it took to be a mother. And that might be crazy, but like the hormones that you go through, the changes that you miss feel through, the body changes, and just feeling that, you don't feel that sexy anymore. But I'm a growing human being, yes, but like,
Miss me.
kind of seeing, yeah, you lose yourself in motherhood, and it's a lot to process. So I didn't understand postpartum until I went through it myself. So,
Yeah, 'cause she was just looking at me sideways.
my girl,
What is wrong with you?
get yourself together. This made it next year, but once I went through it myself, I'm like, oh,
This is different. This so
but Steve is the whole another situation.
yeah, one of the
Lots
last
of
like
misconceptions people have with single mom and
better. I'm me. Some of them are and I want to maybe well again I think that something single me the industry that they care about what that name is you just like the only thing that's ever care is you being that and you start to people being that you know such a big people there's a lot of people with it like you know well you don't talk to them at all you know he's on she wants to go and wasn't the waste beautiful energy. We were
what do you think?
we
What
guys
does it feel to carry the label of being in today's honestly, this I'm personally not proud to be a baby mom, but I mean, we're faced with the fact that this is my life, this is my situation currently, and I can't wait to change. But I mean, honestly, if you look on social media and you see everyone, it's so much controversy on baby mom, this and that, and
yeah, but it's so common too.
it is
Like
um
that isn't common anymore. I feel like me and you are just a part of like maybe 45 to 50% of women still want the desire to be yeah, like I'm gonna look this desire to be yeah, that's what I'm looking for. Working.
but I'm healthy, happy.
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
has motherhood taught you about your own strength? That's a question.
About my own strengths.
Your own strength. What has motherhood taught you about your own strength?
I feel like I'm a lot more understanding. Um, I'm still working on patience. But I feel like there's a difference between patience and understanding. Understanding with someone and then being patient with them. Like, hold up. Like, I understand. I have no patience for bullshit. Like, for real, but I can understand what you're going through. Like, now that I'm a manager at work and people come in with like these stories and stuff like that, before I want to gave a fuck. Like, literally when I gave a fuck, I'm like, okay, shit happens, life happens, and I feel like that has been the biggest thing with me being a parent. Like, I just feel,
How do you plan to talk to your child about their family story when they're older? Definitely the truth. We think there isn't anything bad to tell, so tell me the truth. What does being a baby mama not?
it doesn't, like, being a baby mama doesn't, there's no more fun, there's no more stuff for me, that's simple to me, and I feel like that's something that people think too, like, oh, yeah, the dad's not there, the responsibility, this is where, no, because you can't be 100%, your dad's not gonna be good if you don't. And it took me a long time to understand, like, Most of the time, can't give this baby 100% if I'm not 100%. Period. And I'm just kidding. Get by you should move, but you even playing it. Either maybe myself the baby mom, I really call her dad, like the baby dad. I'm calling her, I think it's so different for a living. Like, never calling him baby. I'm just ghetto. Yeah, I'm child. You just, man, appreciate it. Not in the face, baby. But I'm passing the thing. I'm moving, but I'm just looking for someone with big, 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 that's another one. Big. Yeah, you forgot. You know, brother, listen to me. And I'm having there it is. There it is. What's the advice would you give to a woman who's just finding out that she'll be a mom, but the relationship didn't work out?
Mm, that's it. That she'll be okay. She's gonna have some tough times, but she'll overcome them.
Mm-hmm.
And there's plenty of women that have to do this on their own every single day, even when they are with the dad. A lot of women do single parent households and take care of the kids a lot of the time. So you're gonna be all right. You have to figure it out. You'll be fine. Buckle up. You'll be fine, and do what you have to do to make sure that that baby is okay. They are gonna be fine. Okay.
Oh, yeah. I would just say always take care of you and be a mother directly. Your mom directly after, but you can't, like I said, you can be,
I guess I'm still working on that myself, and that takes time.
it does.
So
It took, like I said, my kid was 5.
it's be patient.
He's 30. Like, we're just now starting to find time for ourselves. Not even find it, demand it. Like, you're demanding, like, no, I don't just need this. No one using time, don't get phone them. Like, don't put should say do not disturb. If it's really important, it's about my kid calling 2 times in a row.
I'm still finding.
You getting there, you find this, it's me.
Well, on that note, we think we're gonna wrap this episode. Appreciate you ladies for listening or the above. All of the people. We're not gonna do too much. Like I said, I was able to. It was you see the reports and you see some protect and
Right. Next week,
yeah.
we would be talking about growing apart as friends. Basically, you could be friends with someone y'all's whole childhood, and then you not even talk to this person. And it sometimes it's bad blood, sometimes it's not. Yeah. What's the happening? Wait. So stay tuned. We'll be here for you. Yeah. Bye.